Hey, what's up guys? Adrian Donovan here from FlipDontFlop. In this video we're going to be going over the top 10 in-store thrift finds of the past week. So these are pairs that are going to be independent of any kind of haul video that I've done recently. I don't really want to have the same pairs in this video as well. If this seems like the kind of thing that you guys would be into, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a comment or a like. Anything like that would be very much appreciated. And with all that being said, let's go and jump into the video. Alright, so these are definitely all going to be some good BOLOs, so if you see these in your thrift store, there's a really good chance you're going to want to pick them up, of course, depending on the price and the condition and such. So coming in at number 10, we have this pair of men's Hugo Boss lace-up Oxfords. It's kind of funny because Hugo Boss is a brand that I feel like we pretty much never found in the thrift store. Aside from the past maybe year or so, I've been finding it pretty often, thankfully. Paid $8 for these. And this is a brand, by the way, that I buy most of it, especially for around $8 or $10. You really can't go wrong with that. I might pay a little bit more if they're pretty interesting. Now, these are a bit more interesting because they have kind of a faux woven leather design. And they're in overall pretty good condition. We are going to polish these up. But I think we should have no trouble in selling these for probably about $70. And coming in at number 9 is this pair of women's Dansko Bristle zip-up knee-high boots. These are in excellent condition. Looks like they've been probably worn just maybe once, twice. I did pay a bit more for these. I gave $16 for these, but I was totally okay with it considering their condition. And right now, with it being winter, I expect these to sell really quickly. These should sell within a matter of just a couple of days, maybe a week at most. They're just in fantastic condition. I will kind of condition the leather with leather honey, but aside from that, I'm not going to do anything to these. They don't need anything. And this pair, I think we should be able to sell these for probably about $80. And here we have this pair coming in at number 8. It's a pair of women's New Balance. This is the 993 model. This is definitely a model to pick up. Honestly, pretty much any of the New Balance models that are made in the USA are worth pretty good money. But 993 I think might be the most valuable that kind of comes to mind. 990 is also one that's really good, but 993 is definitely better. And depending on the colorway, you can get almost $100 for these. These aren't a bad colorway. They're white and blue, but they're not pink or purple or something like that. But these are in fantastic condition. These have only been worn a handful of times. And they are also wide width, which you know what that means. That means extra money. Gave just $6 for these, which is an incredible deal. They do need a little bit of work around the toes with a magic eraser, but that is it. They were definitely a very nice pickup. I think this pair, probably going to sell them for about $80. Number 7 is this pair of men's J.B. Dillon pull-on, kind of Western style work boot. They definitely do need the leather to get cleaned up, and that's where leather honey's going to come in. We're going to kind of scrub the leather with leather honey to help kind of clear up some dirt. And then once that dries, it of course is going to clear up the dirt. It helps to condition the leather. And then once it dries a bit, I'm going to be using some dark brown polish to make these look a bit better. This pair, we paid $19 for them, so did pay up a bit more. But considering what they are, I was totally okay with it. Here in Cincinnati, they pretty much price all the Western boots. Most of them, at least, they price them pretty high. This pair, I think we should really have no trouble in selling them for about $100. Coming in at number 6 is this pair of men's Allen Edmonds. This is the Park Avenue model. It's definitely one of the more popular models of Allen Edmonds. Allen Edmonds is a brand that used to sell extremely well, pretty much all of them. But honestly, anymore, I'm pretty selective with what I pick with Allen Edmonds, especially considering they price Allen Edmonds pretty high here in Cincinnati. This pair was just 15 bucks. That's an excellent deal because these are also 10.5 3E. And that's kind of a rare size for Allen Edmonds, finding 3E. But I'm definitely very happy when I do find it because they sell very quickly. They sell very well. They do need laces. It's not a big deal. We always carry dress shoe laces all the time. I'm going to be kind of cleaning the leather, of course, with Leather Honey. Going to be polishing it up. Probably going to use some edge dressing too around the midsole just to kind of make them pop a bit more. But they already look pretty good. This pair, we should really have no trouble in selling them for about $100. Next up, we have this pair of men's Irish Setter soft paw waterproof Oxfords. These are also in very good condition. We paid $6 for this pair. That is a crazy, crazy good deal for these. These are also extra wide width, size 13, so they are a fantastic size. I don't expect these to last very long. These just need a bit of Leather Honey on them to kind of clean up a little bit of dirt and to help condition the leather, and they will be good to go. They'll be ready to get sold. I think we should be able to sell this pair for probably like 90 or so. Coming in at number 4 is a brand that I've actually never found, never heard of it, but considering the quality of the shoe, I definitely looked them up. And I don't know if you'll be able to read it, but the brand is Wolf and Shepherd. It's like a crossover penny loafer. The actual model is crossover. And it's just a very, very high quality loafer. Very well constructed. Very nice leather. Definitely when you see a brand where you're not familiar with it, but the materials are like really high quality, you probably want to look them up to see like what they are worth. Paid just $6 for these. That is a crazy good deal because this brand sells really well, and this model in particular sells really well. They do need a bit of a polishing, but I think we should be able to sell this pair for about $100, maybe a little bit more. Next up, we have this pair of men's Salvatore Ferragamo like buckle loafers. They are black suede, but for them being suede, they're in really good condition. We will be using a lighter to kind of help burn away at the suede that's kind of like frayed a bit, and you might be surprised. It actually does a really good job of making it look much nicer. And after we do that, we're also going to be brushing the suede. They're pretty clean inside, honestly. They're overall in good condition. They were marked at $12.99, but we bought them at a store that was running a 25% off sale. So we paid like about $9.25, somewhere around there for them. This pair, I expect to sell these for probably about $130, maybe $140. And we have this pair coming in at number 2. It is another pair of Salvatore Ferragamo. This is a pair of women's zip-up knee-high boots. They have like the Gancini buckle here on the side, and that makes these quite a bit more valuable. These are in very good condition, not worn very much. And if you can read it, we paid $8 for these. That's a steal. Because this pair, I would expect us to be able to sell these for $150, maybe a little bit more. And here we have this pair coming in at number 1 is a pair of Slick Exotica. This is a line by David Eden. And David Eden, Slick Exotica, they almost only make exotic skin shoes. And this is a brand that we actually buy with online arbitrage fairly often. Not quite as often as we used to, but we still do pick it up if it's a good deal. These are like a really nice navy color, and they have genuine crocodile right here on the vamp. They have genuine crocodile near the eyelets here. And then the rest of the shoe is genuine ostrich. So it's a very, very sharp boot. We gave just $14 for these. and that is the incredible deal. They do need a little bit of work. I'm going to be using some sandpaper right here to kind of help clean the sole up. Also going to be using some sandpaper here. It's not paint, it's just some kind of like, I don't know what it is, dust, some kind of accumulation on the heel. But it should be pretty easy to clean this up with some sandpaper. So yeah, I'm going to be using some sandpaper. I'm going to be repainting the sole. I'm going to be cleaning around the midsole here with probably like a Q-tip or something. I'm going to be conditioning the leather. And then also going to be polishing the leather after that. It does have like a scuff right here. So I'm going to polish that up, clean it up. And then after that, going to be using some edge dressing around the midsole. And then the final thing, going to be brushing the shoe to give it that nice shine. And they're going to look quite sharp after all that stuff is done. It may sound like a lot, but it actually is pretty quick to do all of these things. You should be able to very easily do all these things in just a few minutes. And it's going to add a lot more value to the pair. This pair, once all those things have been done, I expect to sell these for about $200. Alright guys, so there you have it. That was the top 10 best in-store thrift finds that we had in the past week. And again, it doesn't include like any of the pairs that we had featured in like the thrift haul videos that I did pretty recently. I didn't like really want to have like the same pairs from that video in this one as well. So before I let you guys go, I'd like to go over a really quick numbers overview. The total estimated revenue for these pairs is $1,100. We paid $107.74 for these pairs, and after the fees are taken into consideration, shipping and all that stuff, we are left with a total estimated profit of $748.26. So these 10 pairs were absolutely incredible. To be able to profit about $75 per pair, that is just very, very exciting to find pairs like that in the thrift store. Well guys, if you enjoyed this content and if you would like to see more of it in the future, do consider subscribing. Leave us a comment or a like. Anything like that would be greatly appreciated. And with all that being said, hope you have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next video.